This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by our friends over at Kova Software, developers of the popular Kova point of sales system. Now found in more than 20,000 retailers throughout Canada, California, Washington, and Colorado. The company behind Kova has decades of experience in working within highly regulated industries, so they have designed their point of sale system right off the bat to be smart about maintaining compliance with all applicable laws. That's why you'll be protected from being knocked out of compliance should you or your employees ever make a simple user error, as we're all bound to do from time to time. That kind of user-focused and thoughtful design is spread throughout the Kova point of sales system, which is both easy to use and powerful in all that it can do. Get a demonstration for yourself of all the good things that the Kova point of sales system can do for your business over at kovasoftware.com/demo, with Kova spelled C-O-V-A. That's kovasoftware.com/demo. And make sure to let them know that you heard about them here on Marijuana Today Daily. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Tuesday, April 3rd, 2018, and you're tuned in to episode 460 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. Our top story today are two studies released yesterday by the journal JAMA Internal Medicine showing that the rate of prescriptions for opioid-based painkillers fell significantly in states with legal, medical, and adult use marijuana. One of the studies looked at Medicaid patients in various states between 2011 and 2016 and found that states with medical marijuana had a 6% lower rate of opioid-based painkillers prescribed than states without, while those with both legal, medical, and adult use cannabis saw a 12% reduction in prescriptions. The other study released yesterday looked at Medicare patients who are 65 years older and up and found that states with robust medical marijuana programs saw 14% fewer Medicare patients prescribed daily doses of opioid painkillers. These are big numbers and significant results, and I'd suggest you pop over to the New York Times for the full read yourself. Illinois medical marijuana businesses are scrambling to find new banking after the Bank of Springfield, which has served as the main financial institution for the state's industry, issued letters to its cannabis clients informing them that they would be dropped as of May 21st due to the rescinding of the Cole memo by Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Illinois medical marijuana businesses have a constrained enough environment to operate in as it is, as the state is in the midst of a pilot program allowing for a relatively restricted system. The Chicago Tribune is reporting that there are a few other financial institutions in the state that have taken on cannabis industry business, but like in most places, there aren't that many options, and it's possible some marijuana businesses might have to revert to doing all of their business in cash if no nearby friendly banks are available. Today's final top headline continues on the theme of our second, but bounces up north to Canada, where things are a bit more friendly for legal cannabis in terms of banking. Not much, but some. Bloomberg takes a good look at one bank in particular, Alterna Savings and Credit Union, and its CEO, Rob Patterson, for being a leader in doing business with licensed Canadian medical marijuana companies, including industry giant Canopy Growth Corporation. It's a good longer form piece that you should definitely click over and read. As Bloomberg has it, Mr. Patterson has been visited by a number of American bankers and regulators looking to pick his brain on U.S. regulations, so it's probably a smart idea to have a good handle on how banking is evolving up north as a leading indicator on what might follow here in the States. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com and on our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out on headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Kova Software, makers of the popular Kova point of sales system, now found in more than 20,000 retailers throughout Canada, California, Washington, and Colorado. Cova's point-of-sales system can easily be deployed throughout your legal marijuana business, whether you have one store or 100, and even if you don't have Wi-Fi. It's easy to use, super powerful, and virtually never goes down, standing tall on the busiest of sales days, including 420, Green Wednesday, and the day before the Super Bowl. You can find out for yourself just how nice it is to be a Cova customer by opening up covasoftware.com/demo, where you can schedule a demonstration for yourself. Do you, your business, your customers, and your employees all a huge favor and pop up covasoftware.com/demo, with Cova spelled C-O-V-A. All right, time for the Blitz. Marijuana Business Daily's chart of the week takes a look at my home state of Maine, where the total amount of money flowing through our legal medical marijuana system fell 9% from 2016 to 2017, dropping to $24.5 million from $26.6 million. The number of registered patients also saw a decline from around 51,000 to just under 42,000. If you start with the assumption that people aren't consuming less medical cannabis, then a good case can be made for blaming the fall in medical sales on the gray market, which now allows consumers to easily buy for delivery $90 glass jars that just so happen to come with a quarter ounce of marijuana. Another good one to open up for the extra context, Marijuana Business Daily threw in with the chart. The Pew Charitable Trust's State Line has a good longer form piece up looking at the status of legal marijuana delivery in various U.S. states. A quick bit of disclosure on this one as the story talks about our sponsor Ease, which is active in California's legal marijuana delivery market. State Line's piece does a good job of surveying the issue in states like Nevada, Colorado, Oregon, and of course, California. Yet another to add to the read in full list. Herb did a good bit of research and came up with a detailed article highlighting 8 anti-marijuana politicians who are up for re-election this year. The bipartisan list reveals a menagerie of prohibitionist lawmakers, each who deserve a solid drubbing out of office. Open this one up to see if there are any anti-pot polls local to you who could benefit from some oppositional support. Heading back up north to Canada for a headline, we find a discussion underway over security requirements for legal marijuana cultivators and processors. As Canada moves towards nationwide legal adult use sometime this summer, Health Canada has been issuing proposed rules and regulations for governing cannabis cultivation, processing, and dispensing. And one of the recent set of guidelines they dropped was for so-called micro-cultivators and processors. As Randy Drusen at Leafly is reporting, there's some different opinions bouncing around the industry over the more relaxed security requirements proposed for those smaller cultivators and processors. A proposed bill that would legalize medical marijuana in Tennessee is now heading to the state Senate after surviving a trip through the state House that saw it bifurcate into 2 different versions. It's not exactly clear which one of those bills will be the one that state senators will deliberate on, with the main difference between the two having to do with how involved the state is in regulating the industry. We'll keep an eye on this one as the state's legislative session runs out on April 27th. The Utah Medical Association is coming down on the wrong side of history with the announcement of its opposition to a limited proposed medical marijuana ballot measure. In its statement, the UMA accused supporters of medical marijuana of being adult-use wolves in medical marijuana sheep clothing and praised Governor Gary Herbert for saying he would be actively opposing the measure, which will go before Utah voters later this fall. And finally for today, we wrap up in Georgia, where 11 Alive NBC took a look at retiring Republican State Representative Alan Peake, who's been a leading voice for progressive medical marijuana reform within the state legislature and who has taken on an active role in actually distributing medical cannabis CBD oil to patients. It's a shame that Representative Peake is retiring, though I have no doubt he'll be able to continue making positive changes to his state's program from outside the legislature. In a day filled with must-read articles, this is another good one to add to the list. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at MJTodayDaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Kova Software, and to all of our awesome Patreon listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the Patreon listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in and starting your day with marijuana today.
One take, Shay. One take.